Good morning, guys. My mom woke me up for me to move my car, but um, yeah, she's on her way to work, so I had to move my car. Um, I have made a decision finally, but I hope God blesses me and guides me. I'll let you guys know how it turns out. Okay, bye. Morning, guys. I just got ready. I really love the song. I turned it to tree. I'm rummaging Samago. Now send me Frisia. Ubeso mi muda. Nasem min kaubia. Oh, see me out there. Nami wojidi. Mi wojidi. Dear Woka Jame. Yeah, I have the tree version. I translated it to tree and I put it on Facebook. I think it's also in my vlogs here. Also, you can find it if you want to learn what Lauren Daigle's "You Say" sounds in tree. Okay, I will be taking my grandma to buy some stuff for her. So I'll see if she's awake and if she's ready to go. My mom went to work, so we have to take Gabriel along with us. Okay, bye. Hello, guys. How are you? My grandma decided that since my mom is not home to help look after Gabriel, she doesn't want to go. But I'm going. I am going to finally put on my sticker for my plate. Hopefully there won't be too many people at the mechanics when I go. And yeah, it's a new day. Let's see what happens. Bye and have a blessed day. Hello, guys. I just wanted to I wanted to discuss something. If about 2 years ago, I made a video that the people living in the so-called third world countries, they shouldn't try to come to the so-called first world countries, because I felt that once you have a good job in, let's say, Ghana, where I'm from, or originally from, but I immigrated here when I was a young child. But let's say you wanted to come here. Let's say you wanted to come to Canada, and you have your job already. Like, you might be a doctor or a nurse, because those are the people they do accept to come to Canada, or unless you're coming to do agricultural labor. Yeah, because they want people with higher education, and yeah, basically that's it. People that can help grow the economy of their country. And so they have a vetting process where they see where you are in their spectrum and see if you can come to Canada, depending on the province. So once you come, you think that oh, I'm a professional, I'm a doctor, I'm a nurse, I can do my profession. When I get there, you're wrong. When you come, you have to upgrade yourself. Upgrading means you have to go to school, you have to find out what the rules are. This is Ontario, so I'll go by the CNO, the Canadian Nurses Association of Ontario. You have to contact them and find out what their rules are and specifications are for trying to work as a nurse in this province, because they will tell you what the rules are. They know what the rules are, so they'll tell you. So once you find that out, then you have to go to school. And the school, there is no loan, there's no like free. I know some people back home believe that there's free education. There is free education from kindergarten till grade 12. But even in that, it is not completely free, because there are some things that you have to do for the child that you have to pay for. So, yeah. So when you come, you have to make sure, like, you come as a nurse or a doctor. You think, oh, I'm going to start right away as a nurse or a doctor. Nope. Once you find out the information on how to upgrade yourself, then you think about, how am I going to pay for the school education? They do have OSAP, which is the Ontario, anyways, you guys can Google it. My mind doesn't remember it. The Ontario student loan application or something like that. Yeah. So you can apply for that, but with that you have to pay back. I think after you finish school, they give you a 6 months grace period. I think, I'm not really sure. You guys will have to find out before you start paying your, or 1 year, 6 months, or 1 year, before you start paying your debt back to the government for giving you money to go to school. And the grace period doesn't include the interest that will accrue on it. After the grace period is passed, then you start to accrue interest on your loan that you got for school. So think about it. You're finished school, you're only new into this profession, and let's say you even have to, maybe you came by yourself and you left your family back home, so you have to also look after your family back home. That's why I say people from back home are lucky, because when you guys need something, you just call somebody from abroad and you expect them to give it to you, but you don't actually know the things that the person is going through. You just think, oh, saa kwa we dear, or kwa brochire kwa or chere no ho, say my friend I want person obefa. Do you know how hard the person is working? They have to probably wake up at 4, 5 a.m. each morning and take a bus, depending on the person's situation, or have a car. If you do have a car, you have to pay insurance. And then you have to pay, depending if your car is bought outright, then you don't have to pay car loan payments. But if you're leasing, or you own, you're on what do you call it? You are on when you on I don't remember right now, but if you right now I've lost my train of thought. You know what, guys? I will get back to you when my memory starts to work again, because it's not working again anymore. Okay, when I reach to the mechanic, I'll let you guys know. Hi guys, I'm at the mechanic. I know they're fixing my license plate for me. Yeah, and so when I'm done, I will go home. Like I was saying about the emigrating to Canada. When you come and I was talking about I think I was talking about the fact that the people in the so-called third world countries have it better, because somebody here, if you don't have a friend that will help you sometimes, or because if you don't have good credit, you cannot get a loan. And if you cannot get a loan, you cannot help yourself sometimes with certain things. Like, let's say, I'll use me for an instance. I have done a consumer proposal before. I am in a second consumer proposal. The first consumer proposal, it was when I was in a relationship with my son's father, and the furniture we bought, so many things that we bought. Um, it it accumulated up. That's why you shouldn't buy things on credit. Buy things when you have the money, because it's not good to buy things on credit because you think, oh, I have a year, I have 6 months to pay it off, but then you don't know what will happen. By the time the 6 months to 1 year will be up, you will probably be uh, it depends. What will happen? It depends on God. You'll be better off or you'll be worse off. So just make sure you save enough money to buy what you need. Because when I started out my life, this is not how I planned it. I didn't plan that at the age of 36 I'll be living with my mom and my grandma and my son. Because the way I planned my life, it got changed because of the man that I chose in my life. So it's very good to be careful who you allow to come in your life, because their advices, even your own family members, some of them, their advice, they think they may be helping you, but they will be doing a detriment to you. I'll use my example because that's all I know. I cannot talk about somebody else's. Uh, my first boyfriend, I was with him for 4 years, and yes, in the first year of our relationship, I got pregnant, and at that time, I was doing RPN at Humber College, and when I was in there, somebody told me that if you're doing nursing program, you cannot be pregnant because they will not allow you to go do this the 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 co-op, the physical part of it when you go into the hospital. So I got scared, and I didn't. I had not told my mom, and my boyfriend at that time wanted for me to uh, to abort it because he was afraid of what his mother would say. So with those kind of pressures on me, I felt that okay, I don't have a job. I don't have a job, and even if I do have a job, I don't know how I don't know how I will be able to take care of a child at the age of, I was 18 and a half then, at the age of 18 and a half, because my mother was always working. And yes, I was mostly home, but I was mostly with my boyfriend, and he was good to me. So now I realize that if he truly loved me, he would have taken responsibility for the child that he put inside of me rather than being scared and having me go and abort it. I know the decision was also my own, also, but at that time I was impressionable and scared and fearful. And I'm sure there are many young people right now that may be going through the same thing. And I hope you listening to me will make you arrive at a better decision for your life. Um, yeah, and as I go on, when I got uh, my relationship with the first boyfriend ended, I went to France, and when I came back from France, in a few months later, my mother suggested that I meet my son's father, who used to stay at the house of her friend. And at the time she told me, I wasn't ready to go because I was happy by myself. I was going out with my friend Hina and Navreet. We were having fun. So she said she wanted me to be grounded by having a boyfriend. So I thought, okay, my mother wouldn't give me a bad information, so why don't I just go to see the person she's talking about? And when I met him, he told me he didn't have a girlfriend because I made sure I asked him. And that was a lie. He had a girlfriend, and his lies continued on and continued on. And me being naive and impressionable, I usually believe what people tell me. I don't doubt it because I feel that that if you lie to me, I don't really see a reason why you lie to me, and why what's the I do not understand the logic of lying. um I have lied before, but um for other reasons. But some people uh connively lie to hurt other people, and in my case, that's how it was. Right now, I'm okay with him, but at the time that I was going through all those things with him, I was very, my mind was very erratic, and yeah, even I met a gentleman that I liked, and we got along very well, but I was afraid to get involved with him because I thought maybe it was just lust that I was lusting after him. But now that I think about it, it might have been a better option for me rather than continue being in a relationship with him, with my son's father, because of fear of what I thought people would say about me and about him and everything. That's why I have come to a conclusion in regards to my current husband, that I will make the decision for myself, because yes, I do love him and he's a nice person, but I have to look at reality. Reality is I am in a different country than him. We are long distance. Reality is I have to look after my finances and so that I can look after my son. Reality is there's a pandemic going on and nobody knows when the international borders will be open. Reality is that he was able to conceive with another person, and with me it doesn't work. So rather than me, I do believe in God and I know that God does miracles. Rather than, and it's God says help yourself. So rather than you looking at the situation and having um, a rosy glass picture viewpoint of it, look at it as it is, state the facts as it is, and yeah, look at your pros and cons, and I have done that, and I've chosen to be by myself. So we've already been separated physically since September of last year. So legally, I think after 2 years of separation, of physical, no contact, I think you're considered not a couple anymore. So in September it will be a year since we haven't done anything physically. So um, and yeah, so that's just what I wanted to say. Like today I saw a commercial about um, the decisions that you make affect your future. And I did write a poem actually about something like that. I titled it Choices, but it was on www.poetry.com. But I don't think I was able to save that poetry, but I'm not sure. I wasn't able to uh, save that poetry, but I hope they get that poetry.com back on and retrieve all our poetry, because it is our intellectual rights and we own it. So at least, anyways, I when I finish here, I will let you know where I'm going next. Um, yeah, thanks for listening to me, and I hope somebody will take knowledge and learn something from my my youthful days and the mistakes I made. Okay, bye. Hi guys, my group here. I reached home and I'm watching a few uh, Omohoya Malika, especially Gloria Sappho. I think her name is Gloria Sappho. It means me a Gloria, but although they say me, the pronounce the character now, Nanama.
I'm Natasha Bartolo,
Okay.
and this is Stellar Dishes.
And
We're
yeah,
partnering with some of the best
just
chefs in
wanted to let you
Canada
guys
who
know
are
that I'm
sharing
home.
their
Okay.
secrets to celebrate
Later. Hi guys, how are you? Just remember the songs playing in this video is not mine, unless I say it is. So I am on my way to Walmart to buy something for my grandma. Yeah. So I will see you guys when I reach Walmart. Okay, bye. Hi guys, I'm almost at the Walmart. Uh, yeah. As I was saying about the credit information and stuff like that, um, like in the Western world, they call something credit. That credit, you have to earn. So, but it's kind of funny. You have to be able to get money. You have to borrow money and pay the money off, and then they'll know that you have a good credit or you're good with money. And for you to be able to get credit in the first place, if you are somebody who doesn't have credit, that means you may be new to the country or you're a young person. So you can start by your cell phone, or if you finance a car, that can build up your credit. But yeah, that's how. Actually, there's also a way in the bank system where they offer you. I've forgotten the name of it, but now they have a debit card. Even your debit Visa can build credit, as long as you're using it safely and you're not going over it, and you're always paying your fees and stuff like that. You can be used for debit. But before, when I was in my teens and I was getting into knowing what money was and like that, they informed me that I needed to put a $500 on a card, and it's my own money I've put on the card, and I'll be using the money, and then I pay back into the money. I didn't understand it at that time, but that was the best option that they could have given me, but I never understood it because my mother never really sat me down and spoke to me and said, you have to do this with money and you have to do this with money. So I never really had any knowledge about that. I had to learn everything on my own. So yeah, but I'm not that bad with money management. I just have a soft heart. That's my problem. Yeah. So that's about it for now. I'm at the Walmart, so I'll see you guys inside. Hello guys, I'm in Walmart right now. I'm done buying what my grandma needs. So I'm on my way back to the car and then home I go. Okay, bye. Okay guys, I just got to the car. It's so hot today, too hot. Thank God for AC. Yes, we have to thank the black man for inventing refrigeration, which led to AC. Okay. Off I go. Only intentions. Got your own brand. You're an asset. Don't need no mentions. Only intentions. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot which one. Who said there was some saying like I've forgotten the person that said it, but they're like kitty bobs and kitty boobs. Yeah, kitty bobs and kitty boobs. I'm off to home. Okay. later, guys. Hi, guys. I just thought of something that I think you guys should go have a look at. There's this lady, I've forgotten her name, but her show's name is Till Death Do Us Part. I'm always so addicted to that show, and I'm kind of sad that they don't show that show anymore. They had a spin-off to Money Moron, and I am a money moron. So I used to enjoy that show. At least I knew that I wasn't the only one in this world who was a money moron. Yeah, so you can go on YouTube and you can Google Till Death Do Us Part, DEBT, Till Death Do Us Part, and you can find out what the cost of living and the income of certain jobs for people and stuff like that, and how you can live in that. I don't know if they have a new version of it. They should make new versions of it, but they would have it about 10 years, 7 to 10 years ago, how the cost of living was back then. But right now, inflation is higher right now. I think, I'm not sure. I'm not that good with that kind of information, but I'm not a banker to know those things. So, yeah, look at Till Death Do Us Part if you want to know the cost of living and the income of certain jobs and how you can purchase a house, and so you don't go house broke and all that. Okay, I thank you guys for spending the day with me today and learning a little bit about Canada and the credits that you need to have to be able to purchase a car, a house, and also how to get that credit by either using your debit visa or using your cell phone bill, or your own money being put on a card for you to use it and replenish it back. It builds up your credit also. So yeah, bye. Thanks for spending the day with me today. Bye and have a blessed day.